I'm going to melt 2 sticks of butter. Well, I'm going to soften it actually before I put it in my mixing bowl. I'm preheating my oven to 375. And I'm going to lightly soften this butter. So I'm putting in my butter, my 2 sticks of melted, well, softened butter. And then I am going to add 3/4 cup of the granulated sugar. And then I'm going to add 3/4 cup of patched brown sugar. And then I am going to add 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla sugar. Don't get that cheap, crappy imitation. You always want the real stuff.
You mean extract?
Extract. What did I say? Alright, so we're gonna mix this around a little bit. We're gonna get it creamy. Once we make sure everything's kind of all mixed around and in the party, we are going to add 2 large eggs.
What are you making?
I'm making chocolate. This is my way of making chocolate chip cookies. I don't know if it's the right way, but this is the way my family likes it. So, here goes my 2 eggs. So we're going to mix those up really, really well. I like using a stand mixer because it makes it a lot easier. Alright, once this is all mixed up, so I've got my brown sugar, my granulated sugar, my butter, and my vanilla extract, and it's all good and creamy in there. It's time for my flour. Alright, so we want 2 1/4 cup of sugar, or flour, sorry. And then you're going to want a teaspoon of baking soda. I kind of try to put my baking soda along with my flour, kind of mix it in a little bit better. I don't know if it matters, but it makes me feel warm and fuzzy. And then, most people will put a full teaspoon of salt in theirs. I don't really know if we need to. I don't really like a lot of salt, so I kind of put whatever I think is right. And then I mix it up. Alright, now that everything is all mixed up in there, nice and creamy and smooth, we add our bag of chocolate chips. Now remember, this is important, always get the semi-sweet chocolate chips. Doesn't have to be a name brand, but don't get the imitation ones. They're garbage. Your family won't like it. Always dump in the whole bag. And then you just mix them in there. Alright, once that's done, we're going to take it over here. I like using one of these scoops. Gives me a better cookie drop than a spoon. So I now get it about that full. And then just plop it on my cookie sheet. I do not grease my cookie sheets. They're just plain. They work out just fine. And okay, so here is my pan of my cookie dough. So I get 4 per line. So here we go. Into the oven. I don't use a timer when I cook these bad boys. I just keep looking, and when they're golden brown, I take them out. So I like to stagger my cookies so my pans don't get done at the same time. Alright, my first pan of cookies are done. They're like golden brown. They'll brown up a little bit more. They'll still keep cooking on my cookie sheet. So then I got another pan that's going in the oven. I got another one that's in the oven that'll be done here very, very shortly. Alright, so we're taking out our second batch of cookies. I'd say they probably cook for about 10 minutes, give or take. Just make sure they're golden brown. Don't burn yourself on the oven. And I got my other sheet in there. I like to switch out my cookies. My last batch is in the oven. Gonna let these cool on my cookie sheet for a few minutes. Gonna take them off, and then I'm gonna put them on my cookie rack.